Don't fall for his flattering tune. He'll promise you the world until you drink that perfume. It's a highway, highway to the door, and a neon Medusa's got your heart. Sweet canyon lullabies, don't look straight into its eyes. It's a highway, highway to the door. There's only two ways to make it in this town. One is to be brilliant, the other is to drown. But don't take both drugs all in one go. You can't reach the heavens passed out on the floor. It's a highway, highway to the door, and a neon Medusa's got your heart. Sweet canyon lullabies, don't look straight into its eyes. It's a highway, highway to the door. If your mama could see you now, if your mama could see you now, topless and upside down, the room spinning around. If your mama could see you now, with the party lines coming out, are you lost or are you found? Are there too many mirrors in this Don't fall in love with the man on stage. I'll be on in a minute, then I'll sweep you away. Don't fall for the monsters in this maze, but I could love you forever if you'd meet my gaze. Don't fall for the monsters in this maze, but I could love you forever if you'd meet my gaze. Don't fall in love with the man on stage. I'll be on in a minute, I'm just sharpening my blade. Don't fall for his flattering tune. He'll promise you the world until you drink that perfume. It's a highway, highway to the door, and a neon Medusa's got your heart. Sweet canyon lullabies, don't look straight into its eyes. It's a highway, highway to the door. There's only two ways to make it in this town. One is to be brilliant, the other is to drown. But don't take both drugs all in one go. You can't reach the heavens passed out on the floor. It's a highway, highway to the door, and a neon Medusa's got your heart. Sweet canyon lullabies, don't look straight into its eyes. It's a highway, highway to the door. If your mama could see you now, if your mama could see you now, topless and upside down, spinning around. If your mama could see you now, with the party lines coming out, are you lost or are you found? And there are too many mirrors in this heart.
Yeah, we can chat.
Look at all these people. Hi, everybody. I think they can hear us now. Want to say hi to everybody, Trippy?
I'll hear if you said hi in a minute. Hey, I get the stream on in the background.
Well, they can hear you now.
Well, all right.
Hey everybody, welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out. We're having a little sit down with Mr. Trippy today. Trippy, how you doing, buddy?
I'm Trippy. I was trying to figure out how to make my avatar pop up on Zoom, and I couldn't.
You got to change your some of your settings. It's under your profile stuff. Yada yada.
But I'll probably figure it out while we're live.
Well, whatever. How you holding up today? You good?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a sexy motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Just wake up, turn myself on.
Oh, I love it when that happens.
Oh yeah.
Fucking silly. I'm gonna give a shout out to Bud for stopping by. What's up, Bud? Goat man, how you doing? Toya, good to see you. A couple people in the chat hanging out. So I know, like, I don't know, we've done a lot of shows and crap before together already. Like,
Oh yeah. Dude, you've been around for a while.
couple.
You've been around. I've been around.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a couple years. But I figured, I don't know, I wanted to get a one-on-one, and like, this is for anybody who doesn't know who you are or what you do, because there are some people popping in and out, you know.
I don't do nothing.
Give a little. I was gonna say you do something, man. Talk. Give a little intro on everything you got going on, what you're about, and all that. Just general.
Yeah, it was, but yeah. Well, I got the Wednesday show with B Token.
Right.
We watch World Star videos, and we kind of sit back and laugh at the world, you know. Just have a little chill time. Watch people doing stupid shit on camera.
Right.
Always got to video that shit, right? Always got to video it.
In this day and age, man. Well, I was gonna say, like, you're Trippy. You do streaming, right?
I do that. I game, yeah. All
Yeah.
on YouTube, pretty much, except for I've been trying to move the game streams over to Twitch. Makes more sense.
How's that going?
I've done one. And I always forget. Like last Thursday, I kind of just forgot that I said I was going to stream on Twitch and didn't stream at all. Like, I was doing stuff around the house. I vacuumed.
Oh, Doc Griffin says, wait, you're interviewing Poop? Very brave, sir. What's up, Doc?
Yeah.
Good to
I'm
see
gonna
you,
give him
man.
a hug at the end. He's going to be covered.
Oh, he's going to be slathered. Absolutely slathered. Yeah. So you're trying to do Twitch streaming now, and I feel like, I don't know, as a streamer, do you feel like Twitch is going to be more beneficial if you get it rolling?
I mean, it could be. It's easier to get, like, I guess, monetized or whatever over there. I don't really know if it's monetization or if it's
Partnership, right?
referred to as.
Something like that.
Yeah, you got to have, like, I think it's 3 viewers for 7 days in a row. And that's the hardest part. I'm trying to figure out how to fit that shit in. Like, do I stream for 10 minutes?
Huh. Yeah, how long do the streams got to be? I mean, I feel like
I don't know if there's a time limit. That's it. Like, I have to ask Pickle. He'd know better.
Pickle, Mr. Full Metal Gherkin.
Yeah, because he's been doing a lot of Twitch streaming.
Right. That's it's funny because a couple years back he got me back onto YouTube. Now everybody's moving over to Twitch, and I don't know what to do with myself anymore.
Yeah.
Of course, I disappear for months on end and don't talk to anybody.
Yeah, I do that. Well, not months on end, but I'll disappear all day, and people will be like, "Where the fuck's Trippy been? I sent him a message."
Right.
It's like, well, I'm pretty much mostly a loner. I've always been that way.
Yeah.
You know?
And I get it.
Yeah.
But you've done shows with, like, you've had shows set up with, like, co-host stuff before, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's the Wednesday show now. B Token's usually the co-host. I mean, well, no, it's literally me and B Token. You know, it's not that he's a co-host. He's equal, because any donations I get, I split right down the middle with him.
Well, what I mean by co-host is just it's your channel, somebody hosting with you. You're his co-host. You know, it's the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like we share the channel.
I feel like people
take
that term and use it like they're lesser people. I'm like, no, it's your other host.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. How about shows with Doc Griffin? How about shows with Toya? I think Goatman's even joined streams I've been in.
Really?
Yeah, I think maybe like once.
I was gonna say I don't know Goatman to doing much of that.
Yeah, dude, he's like Cockney British, and he goes around and does like Clockwork Orange stuff to people.
That's awesome.
It's crazy.
That's the way to do it, though.
Hey, Goat Man, I'm still trying to figure out how to get you a clowny smile face mask. I don't know if you need it now, but I can't figure it out. It's like T-Public. He asked me about it. He was like, why can't I get your clown smile thing on face masks on T-Public? I'm like, I didn't know you couldn't.
Well, yeah, let's talk about your T-Public. What's going on with that?
Is it T-Public? Yeah. Well, I've been adding T-shirts when I'm finished with the art. I put up a new one a couple of days back. Probably, shit, that might have been like 2 weeks back. But just a Super Saiyan Trippy shirt. It's pretty cool. Blue hair, you know?
Chat's telling you to turn up your volume, but I can hear you okay.
I'm like as loud as I get.
Yeah, I have you up all the way here.
Maybe I gotta get closer to the microphone or something.
I don't know.
I'm more concerned with moving my, with having an avatar.
Oh, look at that Garbage Pail Queen. What's happening? Welcome. I thought you were already moderator here. GPQ's in the house. She says Trippy Poop.
What up, everybody?
We got WR Carlston. Greetings, wonderful, wonderful seeming and wonderful adjacent people. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for coming in. Everyone gets moderator status here. We're all equals. And look at that. Your clown picture's up.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to see if I can turn you up anymore.
I'm going to see if I can turn me up anymore as well.
Yeah, guys, I'm working on it. Like I'm doing the best I can with this.
I could put that up to 100, but it was on 97, so I don't think that's going to matter.
Oh, right on, Doc. Thanks for bringing people in. Well, welcome to the dojo. We do all sorts of stuff here. Lately, we do live interviews. We do panel shows. We get a group of people together, talk about some fun stuff. A lot of horror stuff been going on lately here. But there's more than that. Working on some animations. That's what we do.
I'll just fucking sit closer to the mic.
There you go. I can hear you.
I was sitting back at, chilling. Yeah, my leg crossed.
You just
I want to bang it on the desk.
Just chilling. Like, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, I gotta stop doing that.
Huh.
I'm so used to having the microphone on my headset.
It's quite a change, man. Like I said, I do have a backup, but you switch to an actual setup, you know.
Yeah, I gotta get a boom arm. I think that's where my main issue is gonna lie for right now.
Right.
But it's like the one that's made for this microphone's $100.
Oh.
So it's a little pricier than the average boom arm.
Sure. Oh, Goatman says the twins wanted those masks.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Saw that.
We talked about it at DMs. That's right.
Right.
I didn't know if you wanted me to say it out loud there, Goatman. I didn't know. Some people are like, don't talk about my kids.
No. We all got families to do things. I get it. So we were talking earlier. How long have you been streaming? In general, would you say? How did you start? You know, what brought you all in this?
I think it was like the tail end of 2016, 2017, somewhere in there. And I used to watch that channel, the Cunt Stream. And that's it, really. Like, I started joining after streams with those guys. I had a headset from Xbox 360.
Humble beginnings, right?
Yeah. And them guys used to tell me, like, you got good stories, Trippy. You should start streaming yourself, man. So I did. So it's Schmeckel and Brockus' fault. So if you guys want to blame anybody, you got to go track those guys down.
So it was called the Cunt Stream?
Mm-hmm.
What's that all about?
Oh, it's gone now. Like, it used to be kind of a bunch of different shit, really. Like, they would call people out who had done something stupid online, you know, or like Schmeckel was trying to turn it at the time into a channel that had just a variety of stuff. So like we do music discussions, we talk about cartoons and comic books. Anime was one of the things he never wanted to talk about. He hated anime.
I feel like that's
a
a lot.
Fucking do it.
That's a lot of people.
Oh yeah. But yeah, he was always like adamant. I don't want to do anime streams. I don't know nothing about it. And we're like, well, dude, it would bring viewers. And he's like, I don't give a shit. We don't need those viewers. And he'd always make jokes about it on stream.
No doubt. Shout out to Uzi. Hey, good to see you. Thanks for the like and the hi.
Hello, Uzi.
She says, have a good interview.
That woman's the mad note.
I'm telling you, like, yeah.
Awesome lady.
Mm-hmm.
And her husband, too. He's over there live on his channel.
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
Irate Prostate channel.
shout out to Irate, by the way. He's a good dude. Go check him out. He's live, too. I didn't know that before we planned all this, but...
I mean, neither. I forgot. I always show up to his Sunday streams, like, uber late. And it just didn't dawn on me. I'm like, oh, that's right. I told him that, and he was like, dude, I've started at 5 o'clock for the last 3 years straight. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, it's cool. I'll send people over to you guys if you're still going when I'm done.
Well, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Or whatever, However he's good at it. I don't know.
WR is saying the link in the description takes you to 404 error. Which link are you looking at? I have to check. Yeah, I see you. Okay. Good call. Let me edit that out real quick. That's my TeePublic. I have to fix that up. Oh, wait. No, I got to change the link. Because...
You just got to switch out links.
Yeah, that's cool. I got it. Try that again. That link should be working just fine now.
I don't, if you got a Twitter don't, like in your YouTube, don't change it on Twitter, because I changed mine for a little while and then I switched it right back, right? And it was still Twitter, / Trippy Poop.
Mm-hmm.
I changed it back to that. And when you would go to YouTube and click the link, it would still give you a 404 error. And I had to switch it out with the exact same link. And then it worked.
Oh,
so I've fucking what? I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, your YouTube link doesn't work, Trippy.
My YouTube link.
So youtube.com/TrippyCast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not
usually.
Well,
videos and stuff are up. Here, I can put the link in the chat, or
put the link in the chat. I'll copy it back over. I don't know what's going on with
the channel. Go. I was just here on your channel. Oh, I know what I did.
Here we are fixing stuff middle of the show. That's how we do.
I know what I did. I don't know how that link got like that, but that's YouTube's fault. Blame YouTube.
Blame Canada, right? Is that what that
link
song?
ought to work? Oh, sometimes if you take a link out of like your YouTube chat and you're using the YouTube Studio chat, that'll fuck up links too.
Well, I got you.
But yeah, hopefully that one works. Don't tell me that my link ain't working. That make me shit my pants. I like over here.
It might be on my error. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is
I'm just messing around.
It's an easy fix. I just copied the one from your Twitter.
Oh shit. So I gotta fix that one now too. Okay.
See?
That's fine. That's fine, Twitter. Always kicking me in the butt.
Well, we're going to get back to this interview once we figure out the technical difficulties, right? Okay,
Garbage
cool.
Pail Queen followed me on Twitter. I gave you a follow back.
Garbage Pail Queen is awesome. And shout out to Craig. Craig says, of course, blame us for everything. I'm not saying it's all your guys' fault, but that's how the song goes. I love Craig. He's awesome. Stabby Time TV, shout out to him. And shout out, like I said, Garbage Pail Queen. She was on the other week with me. So you can check out her interview, guys, on under the interview links. Also, Craig Layton has an interview up there as well. I'm working on more of you guys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to make my rounds, Trippy. Ninja's coming back full force. Let's do this, right?
Break, dude. Sometimes you need that break, and you got other stuff to do. You got to get out.
I feel
smack somebody in real life.
Now let me ask you this: I know you felt like this. We've talked about this off air, but like finding a muse sometimes,
Oh yeah,
for
sure.
Do you feel like even as an artist, it's a struggle sometimes to find the creativity or inspiration to create?
Yeah, I'm a weird artist. Like I won't draw for months at a time, and then I'll go right back to it. And I don't know. I feel like I'm better at it. It's very strange. It's just kind of like weird. I don't know.
What do you mean by weird? Like,
well, like one time I stopped drawing for a full year.
Just not.
And I came back to it, and I was just as good, if not better.
Well, that just goes to show that you have a skill once you get your skills honed.
Yeah, Samaj.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Samaj, by the way, another fantastic artist.
Yeah, Samaj told me before, he was like, "You got more natural talent than I do," and I'm like, "Dude, are you sure you're gonna say that? Like, you gotta give yourself more credit because he's an awesome artist."
Oh, Samaj is amazing.
Yeah, he used to be part of the gun stream too.
Oh yeah, I remember you. See, I know that I'm gonna fix my headset here because that's how I'm doing. You and me have talked about this Kun stream stuff before.
Oh yeah, it had a long little history. I kind of came in at the end of the show, but Samaj used to draw their thumbnails while we were live.
That's how he started with some of that stuff, right?
That's how he started getting like more honed with his skills.
Mm-hmm.
Because the host of the show, Schmechel, used to tell him like, "You better draw that shit. We're gonna stream for 2 hours. You better be done with that shit by the time I'm done, or I'm not paying."
Damn.
So Samaj like started speaking up a little bit. It was kind of like an in joke. Like he'd still pay him,
Right.
obviously, but
that's
he'd have that
motivation.
thing done and colored by the time we were done. Shit, sometimes he'd be done with the thumbnail in like 3 minutes. Like he drew one with me, Hitsugi, Lo-Fi's dude. Why can't I remember Tyro's name? There you go. Tyro in Kuwait was in that thumbnail. Samaj was in it, and like one other person, right? And it's like a Scooby-Doo scene. We're all pulling a mask off of Samaj, and he's like, secretly, I did it. He said that before we started. He was like, secretly, I'm the person who's in trouble here tonight. I just been wearing a mask. And then he goes, that's the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail. He was all excited.
That's funny.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm supposed to interview your feet, and then Doc says, interview Trippy's feet. Wait, never mind.
Yeah, I got a little touch of the neurops there, Doc. Found out after I got out of the hospital, I was like, why are my feet feeling weird? And the one doctor gave me a check for neuropathy, and I got a little bit of it in both feet. Yeah, like he grabbed me by the shoulders, Ninja, and he wiggles me, and he goes, you see how you're not standing 100% stable? I'm like, yeah. He goes, that means that you have a loss of feeling in your feet.
Wow.
And then he did the whole knee knock thing, and he tested my toes and shit with like a tuning fork thing that vibrates, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like he hit it, and he put it against my foot, and he's like, now, do you still feel it? Tell me when you stop feeling it. And I tell him, and he's like, okay. And he put it against my finger, and he's like, you still feel it? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yep, that means that there's a little loss of feeling. And he goes, it's not very major.
Oh,
But
damn.
boy, is it noticeable now that I know it's there.
Well, once you're aware of the thing, I'm sure it's more like in your face about it, right?
Gets in your head, man. Gets in your head.
Real quick, on a shout out WR for subscribing. Thank you for that. Craig says, normally I finish everything in 3 minutes. And Garbage Pail Queen's having a fit over feet. That's where we're at over there.
Last time we discussed my fucking feet on a stream that had a few viewers, I got a DM from somebody on Twitter telling me that they couldn't stop thinking about my feet. And it was creepy.
Well, it's because of clown shoes, right?
Well, we're a size 13, and the dude was tripping out about it. I'm like, that's not even that big of a foot.
I'm a 15, brother. I feel your pain.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking hard to find shoe sizes once you get over 12.
No shit, dude. And let me tell you about tall person problems now.
Yeah, no shit.
Right?
I'm a little over 6'1". I'm not huge. I'm
No.
not the biggest guy. Well, I know dudes like, I think Johnny Bonsacco. He's a guy I've been hanging out with like more recently. He's like 6'5". And his son, Mr. Moo, he's only like 16. He's like 6'3" already.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm like 6'3", 6'4" on a good day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when you want to stand up all the way and you're like, oh, my back.
Oh, don't get old, kids.
Yeah, no shit. Slouching for 33 years hasn't been very good on me.
So, yeah, I had some basic other stuff here to talk about. So, yeah, I don't know. You want to talk about the health things you were dealing with lately or no?
We could. I mean, shit. It's all about life, man. I don't hide nothing from people that watch me on YouTube.
I know you don't. And I'm sure some people will stop by at, you know,
that would be hiding.
Well,
yeah, some folk don't want to talk about that kind of stuff. I get you. No,
it's whatever, man. I just figured let's fill them in a little bit on. So you had health scare recently, and you're just bouncing back from that, coming back to streaming and YouTube and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, it was in June, late June. Like, I can't even, like, off the top of my head, I can't remember when I went in. I just know that I got out on like July 1st or like the day before or some shit. I can't remember the dates.
End of June, early July, I remember.
Yeah, but I had a seizure. I fell down. I hit my face really hard. And Mom came out here and found me like in a puddle of blood in the front room. Face down, just shaking. And she called 911 and got me to the hospital. I guess my blood sugar went from high to really low really fast. Like the one doctor, his theory on it is that it must have went from like 300 to 400 all the way down to 60.
Damn.
Within a very short frame of time. And what's a bitch about it is I had just eaten. So that shouldn't have happened. You know, like it shouldn't have it did like a reverse spike. Like it's just a blood sugar drop. It really shouldn't have happened. I guess when they first tested my blood sugar in the in my apartment before I went in the ambulance, it was like 48.
Jeez.
And then in the ambulance, it was 65. So it went up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got to the hospital, I guess I was really crazy combative. Like I was throwing elbows and trying to hit everybody and telling them to get away from me and all this.
But you can say whatever. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I swear. But yeah, tell
You're
them to
okay.
get off me and all this shit. And I guess it was like 6 or 8 nurses had to hold me down and strap me to the bed. I don't remember any of this. I'm just glad I didn't call them out, something too far out of name.
Well, yeah, it's not like you were doing it on purpose. Like, you didn't even
they know that.
Yeah.
And they put me out for 3 days, so I was in a medically induced coma for 3 days.
It's crazy to think about, man.
And I woke up tired. Isn't that the bitch?
Well,
that's a bitch.
I feel like that's a normal thing for me. Like, no matter how much sleep I get, I always wake up exhausted.
Yeah, man, it was a bitch. I woke up in the hospital and I was like looking around and I'm like, I'm obviously in a hospital. And then Mom walked in and I was like, oh, hey, Ma. And she goes, oh my God, you're back. And I was like, back from where? And she's like, you've been sleeping for 3 days. I'm like, what? She's like, you have been sedated for 3 full days. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Last thing I remember, I was in the front room.
Well, like I said, that was
like, a snap.
That was a scary experience, I'm sure. But we're glad to have you back, man. I'm glad you're getting back into things. And
oh, fuck yeah. I can't let that keep me down.
Right.
Yeah, I was down for a little while.
Oh, yeah, but
all these lovely people started donating to a GoFundMe, and my buddy Hitsugi had made it. And she told me about it while I was in the hospital, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'm thinking, a couple of $100. It actually went to like 1,300, I think, total.
Nice.
Yeah, Adonis Paul actually donated 1,000 of that.
Shout out to AP, by the way.
Yeah.
Also,
Adonis
shout out
Paul.
to Hitsuge.
Hell yeah.
Like, for real.
Hitsugi Hime. She doesn't stream, but she's around.
Oh, yeah,
You'll
yeah.
see her in chats. She'll be like, hey, people, she's a cool lady.
She needs to stop over here more often. I haven't seen her in a while.
I'm going to drop her the link. She might, I don't know if she's going to be home or if she's at work.
Well,
I don't know.
We got to
drop her the link.
We're figuring out times for all this stuff, but
I need to put it in my Discord too. That was stupid. I always forget to show.
Well,
yeah.
I post. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I post links everywhere, and whoever shows up, cool. And I'm glad to see these guys hanging out. So a lot of feet talk in the chat right now too.
Oh yeah, Doc was talking about his blood sugar dropping. He said, when I can't buy heroin, I just let my blood sugar drop.
Hey, it works for all of us. Jeez.
That Hey-Ron.
Damn, Doc. Damn, things are changing around these parts, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you. So, okay, we talked about your shows a little bit. Do you have any major plans coming up for future shows, future streaming ideas, content, any of that?
I don't know, man. I always got ideas. Like you told me to give a rundown earlier. I gave a crappy rundown.
No, give a rundown. Do again.
All right. We do White Boys Watch a World Star Wednesdays on Wednesdays at 4:20 Eastern Standard Time. That's one of the main shows. And then That's with B Token, who's in chat. I see you out there.
Shout out to B Token.
And then Thursdays I try to game. Sometimes I don't. And then Sundays is my other main show where we just kind of go on Twitch and we'll just kind of hop around to different Twitch channels and either make fun of stuff or, hey, we find stuff a lot of the time where we're like, hey, this is fucking cool. You know, like this is a cool little channel we find. It's not always bitching. It's not always talking shit about somebody. You know, although that's kind of the it's kind of the reputation it's gotten.
I feel like that came with some of your older shows, though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's kind of just like something I tried to put in the past with talking shit, but at the same time, I'm really good at it, so why not use it? Yeah, and then some Sundays we do what I refer to as a game show. It's not always turned out to be a game show, but yeah, that's when Captain Corrosive can come on. Social media Sundays.
Yeah.
I mean, I call the Twitch one that too.
Shout out to Captain Corrosive. We had an interview with her about a year or so ago. You can check that out on here.
Yeah, Captain Corrosive is awesome too.
She's good people.
She's one of them people that everybody knows of, and they're always like, yeah, she is cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what group you ask. Everybody likes Cap, usually. I mean, there's a handful of people that don't, but that's just on them. They're missing out.
Anyone who, that's on them. Shout out to Nacho in the chat. What's up, brother? Yeah, like...
Hey, Nacho. Nacho Thomas.
Like I said, Pickle introduced us years back, and then we connected on that whole Juggalo shit for a minute.
Oh, yeah, dude. I need to start hitting up some Juggalo spots on the internet and be like, hey, come watch my show.
Yeah,
getting wicked.
Yeah, wicked, right? I don't know. The scene's changed a lot, man. I feel like.
That's for sure. Like, Twisted left, Psychopathic, and ever since then, that's like when you see the split.
Yeah.
And now they got it's Twisted, Blaze, and ABK all have a band together that they call Eastside Ninjas.
Huh.
And they're on what they call Magic Ninja Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
That's Twisted's label now. I mean, like, they've got acts upon acts over there now. And they still, call the fan base Juggalos and all that good shit.
Fair enough.
Yep, not like Nacho said, or Trippy gets invaded by a Twitch thought. That only happened once.
That was, we were just talking about that last week or whatever, but I'm not going to get into everything. I'm just saying.
Right. Like, I'm glad to see, because B Token let me know that she's live today. And I'm like, oh, good. She didn't decide to quit the internet because of one little squabble. I'd rather not try to get people to quit the internet,
I feel like people on the internet are very sensitive, and because we can't put too much context behind what we type, like things get strewn out of proportion all the time.
Big time. Like, you can be talking to a person that you've known for years in text form, and they'll think, depending on what the topic is, they might think that you got it out for them.
Right.
And it's like, well, that's what happens with text. That's why you can't really be sarcastic in text very easily.
Yeah. I think we're picking up what you're laying down.
Oh yeah. So that's something that we all had to learn years ago. We it was like me and like 6-7 other people. We had a situation happening, and it was just like some people were mad at a certain person and others of us weren't, and we had to sit there and talk it out. And I believe it was Kadunk was the one, I think, who was like, why don't we all just get into a voice chat so we can hear what the fuck we're saying instead of trying to figure it out in text?
Right.
Because you can read text mad. And it's like, yes, you can. Like somebody, there's a good skit of it from the old Key and Peele show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where, the one guy's like, meet me outside. And the other dude's like, oh, this motherfucker wants to fight. And he's like, he goes back to the other guy and he's like, yeah, we can, go outside and have a little chat. And he's like, oh, this motherfucker says he wants to chat. And it's like, yeah, dude, he just wants to talk. And you're over here trying to beat the shit out of him.
People are like, I feel like that all comes from within that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, perception's a hell of a thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
But it's hard to avoid that on the internet, man. Especially with doing what you've been doing forever and what.
Yeah. I found out real easy. If you type something to somebody and you mean it as a joke, but you purposely leave out LOL, you can start a whole situation.
Yeah. Well, that just goes to show how well you know the person, right?
Uh-huh.
Um,
I said that to somebody on one of my on my Xbox friends list, right? I did something like that where I said like the government took my baby, but I didn't put LOL, and dude got pissed at me. And I'm like, what, dude? I was joking. Sorry, I didn't put LOL. And he deleted me, yelled at me for like 20 minutes.
yeah.
I'm like, if that's your fucking bad, man, I'm sorry. It was kind of both of our issue, but at the same time, just because I didn't put LOL, you should have seen that coming that was a joke. Like, jeez. People just take that shit way too seriously.
We live in a serious time, more so now than ever. I feel like you fart in the wrong direction, somebody's going to get offended.
Yeah. Docs talk about oral medications don't work. I had a guy tell me that on Xbox as well. And he's like, the doctor told me I can crush this up and snort it. And I was like, your doctor did not tell you that. And he's like, nah, dude, for real? He did. And I'm like, I feel like I need to talk to your doctor now.
Right.
Because that doesn't sound quite right.
Yeah, was it some guy on a street corner?
Yeah, right. Like, did you buy these pills legally? Or did you meet the dude outside your place?
Or was it Dr. Green Thumb?
It could have been Doc Griffin.
No. Doc Griffin. Doc, I'm still going to get you on here one of these days. We're going to have a sit down, just you and me. So yeah, so what, I know you've been doing some Grand Theft Auto. What games are you into these days?
Basically just Grand Theft Auto.
Is that it?
Oh, my computer doesn't have a shitload of memory.
Right.
So it's like, I kind of got to balance. So right now I haven't bought any other games. I mean, I have Forza. And I think I might have Killer Instinct. But
Killer Instinct, wow.
Yeah. Forza is one of those games, though. You know what I mean? It's a car game. So that's the whole basis of the game. You don't have like even the option to get out of the car. So I figured that would make some really boring streams.
Yeah. Racing.
Yeah, whereas in like GTA, if people want to watch racing, I can do that in that game, you know.
Well, you can do anything in that game, I feel like. It's more,
That's what I'm saying.
It's more versatile, but I don't.
Hey, Metal Man.
Yeah, shout out Metal Man. What's up? How you doing? My dude, my ninja.
Yeah.
Well, you don't follow current gaming trends or anything, right?
Not really. I watched this dude, It's a Gundam, and he talks about some current gaming trends and shit. And his latest video, he goes back to a couple of years ago. There was this girl on a newscast who got interviewed by, the news, and she was talking about Grand Theft Auto mods and how somebody had come up with what they were calling a rape mod. Where
a what?
You could, the mod made it so that you could grab another player and force them to bend over and stand in front of you.
Wow.
And the other, your character could like just stand there and I guess hump them or whatever. And the girl was talking about how sexist that is and how creepy it is that people would do that and then talking to the microphone. And she's talking about, I quit gaming because of it and all this. Well, that same girl is writing for she's writing for the current Call of Duty that's about to come out.
Oh boy.
And also she's on the writing staff for the new, Star Wars game, the Knights of the Old Republic re-release.
Oh, yeah. I haven't paid attention to any of that in a while.
Or whatever it is. It's not really a re-release. It's more like a remake. And she's writing for that, I guess. And it's like, okay, that's cool. But throughout his video, he goes over how she's tweeted before that Knights of the Old Republic, the original one, is not her favorite game and she really didn't like it. So it's like, well, why the hell do you want to write for it? Just don't do that.
Doesn't make much sense, right?
Right. It's how it happens in these fucking places now, man. They get all these people that hate the property they're working on or just don't like it, so they purposely ruin it, or at least that's what it seems like sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And hell, do you remember or did you check out any of that shit on the Masters of the Universe cartoon?
I heard
dropped recently.
I heard a little bit about it. Was that the Kevin Smith thing?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know much, but you got some information you want to share?
Oh no, it's just the general that whole situation sounded kind of messed up. Like Kevin Smith going around years ago telling people he did not watch He-Man and he wasn't a big fan of it, and then suddenly he gets to be on the staff or whatever for the new show, and it's one of his favorite shows, and he's always loved it. It's another one of them situations. That's like if I was to try to write for Star Trek. It's not that I hate it. I just don't know anything about it.
Right. I get that. And I don't know. People just need to be. People aren't worried about a paycheck, huh?
I guess.
'Cause I think
I
that's
know
what
Kevin
it boils
got
down
paid.
to.
Kevin got paid well for all that shit.
Of course he did.
And Netflix was more than happy to let him talk about it on streams and stuff just to get people mad at him. Like, they kind of threw him under the bus, if you ask me. But at the same time, maybe Kevin Smith shouldn't have been doing what he was doing. Going around, I don't like He-Man, I don't like it. And then all of a sudden, I love it. I fucking love it. They paid me.
Well, I thought He-Man. I remember growing up with He-Man. Like, that was just a staple in the 80s, man.
Yeah. I mean, I was born in 87. So
Right. I got a
kind
few
of
years
missed
on you.
some of it. You know, like, I didn't watch Thundercats until I was a bit older and they started playing it on like Cartoon Network.
Oh yeah, the old Thundercats, right? Didn't they remake that one too or something?
Yeah, for a little while they had a show.
I can't remember, man.
I've heard it's good. I don't know. I haven't watched it. But I remember like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles though. So I'm like still in that same era of cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that was like one of my favorite fucking movies of all time. Still is. The Ninja Turtles, man. At least the original.
The original was decent. Like, that was a big deal back in the day.
Man.
Turtles were everywhere. Like, the pop culture stuff, man. Whew.
I still kind of feel like if you were to show somebody who'd never seen the Ninja Turtles or was like an alien, if you showed them the movie, they'd be like, "Oh, those things live on your planet?" You know, like if you didn't show them the scenes where you can see the actor's teeth under the mask,
Right.
they'd be like, "Oh man, those are pretty weird animals you got there." Because Jim Henson and them guys made them suits fucking amazing.
Henson was a genius with that stuff, man.
I guess they're still looking for the footage, but there was footage, I guess, of all the 4 actors that played the Turtles actually like running around in an obstacle course in full gear and doing like front and back flips and shit. Because they practice like hell.
Well, I was going to say.
It looks silly. Yeah.
Well, especially with how much weight added onto those guys, you know?
Oh, yeah. Now it's just, you know, you see the footage from like the Michael Bay Turtles. It's just a big backpack and a green screen suit.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so weird. It's such a weird like comparison.
Practical effects aren't as popular. We talked about that in a few shows before. Do you prefer CGI or practical?
Practical.
Yeah.
Like all day, man. Like a lot of those 80s movies had some really believable scenes with animatronics and puppetry. And then you compare that to CGI now, and it's like, wow, I can like see a Halo. Or, you know, a couple of days back, me and Gaming and a couple of people in his Discord were watching the new Suicide Squad movie.
I saw that. Yeah.
And I was like, watch, guys, if you pay close enough attention, you can actually see the exact second when the actor turns into a CGI model before he dies.
Huh.
And you really fucking can. And it's not just that movie, of course.
Right.
To me, it's pretty much every movie.
But that's just an example of more recent activity in CGI.
Mm-hmm.
I've always talked about that stuff, too. Like, that seems to be a common thread when we start talking about movies on this show. Like, get back to the practical effects, get back to, like, art. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But nah, they rather reuse CGI from 10 years ago. Like, did you know they still use some of the models from the original Jurassic Park in current movies? They'll just dress it up as a different animal.
I believe it.
And it's like they worked hard on making that shit for Jurassic Park. I mean, they really put a lot of effort into creating those character models and all that. And it's like, okay, I get it. You're reusing it or whatever, but can't you add a little bit of your own flair?
Do your own thing for a minute, right?
Yeah, like, good. Use it as a crutch or whatever. But yeah, beyond that, it's fucking weird.
I was going to say, let's get into movies a minute. Do you have a favorite genre of movie?
Really?
What's your go-tos?
Comedy.
Yeah?
Comedy all the time. Like, when I first started doing the movie night, the first one we watched was Detroit Rock City.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I like bought that on DVD and waited for Amazon to deliver it and shit. And I was like, sweet, let's watch a DVD through Discord. And it worked well. But yeah, that's one movie that I used to watch all the time. Detroit Rock City. Bunch of people have never heard of it.
I've heard of it. I don't know if I've ever seen it myself, but I know about it.
Yeah. It's like when I tell people about it, they'll be like, ain't that a Kiss movie? It's like, not, well, sort of. It's a Kiss movie, but it's more about the fans.
Yeah, it's more about the fans than the actual band. Not like that amusement park movie you tried to get me to watch.
Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park.
Yeah. I still haven't watched it.
Yeah, they were highly embarrassed about that movie, Gene and Paul.
Well, who was the ones that wanted to do it?
I think that they said that their producers were the ones that told them it was a good idea.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, cool, we'll be on film and all. But that movie had a shitload of issues. Like they had to ADR Peter Criss
Oh, yeah.
because they said his like thick Brooklyn accent was way too thick over the microphone for anybody to understand what he was saying. And they said they went out and found like some 50-year-old dude and just said, hey, man, you want to do a voiceover in a movie?
Hey, you wanna come dub some Kiss? Yeah.
Right. I don't even know who Kiss is, but okay. It's like, all right, yeah, you're the guy. You're the guy.
Give a
But
little.
yeah, comedy would definitely be my favorite. I like my horror movies too. Like Michael Myers is my favorite slasher.
Metal Man says we should watch Runaway, another Gene Simmons movie. Surprisingly good.
You know what else he was in, Metal Man? You've probably seen the movie I'm talking about. Trick or Treat. Not Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat.
The movie about the I don't know if you've seen it, Ninja, but Trick or Treat's about like a rock star's fan who's like obsessed with him, and then the rock star dies, and the kid like finds, I believe, the spirit of the rocker starts contacting him through the grave, through the records.
Trick
or Treat.
I'll have to look that up.
And Gene Simmons is in there. He plays a radio station DJ. But he's not the main character.
Metal says he loves that movie.
Hell yeah. It's a good movie, man. It's very 80s, but like that, there's death scenes, of course. It's kind of a horror movie, I would say. Definitely.
I'll tell you, man. Hard Rock Zombies is where it's at, though. You got to look that one up.
Oh, I'll have to check that out for sure.
It's terrible. There's a zombie Hitler in it. It's great, but it's terrible.
Nice.
Or
like I said tonight, we're watching House 2.
House 2
story.
over on your Discord, right?
Yeah. I can pop the link in there. I'll have to limit the amount of people who can join because I don't know. Ever since people found out I had like a decently sized Discord, there's a certain group of people it's a very small group, right? But they always want to fuck with me. And it's like that kind of group of folk that want to go after you personally. Like they want people's information and shit. So I got to just carefully hand out the Discord link.
Well,
you know,
it's hard to do. Like,
I'm a very attacked clown. Okay.
No, you're good. Well, we'll get into all that in a few minutes. No. No, we're not gonna. I was gonna say back to the movie thing. House 2, you've seen the original? The first, obviously, right?
Yeah, we watched it last Sunday.
There you go, right?
Hell yeah.
Now, we were talking about House. The House, was it 3 or 4 movies? Somebody was trying to tell me 4, I think.
I don't know how many there are. I didn't know there was the second one. Well, was the one he was like, you got to see the second one. I'm like, okay. And then Evil Dead Ed was like, we got to get that second one, man. We definitely got to see it.
I'm going to tell you, back in the day, I think it was either 2 or 3 that was released on, like, those big freaking discs they used to put movies on, Betamax or whatever.
Oh, disc would be, I think, Laserdisc.
Or Laserdisc, yeah. Whatever they were. But they never released it on VHS that I could ever find back in the day now.
Yeah.
So I forgot there was even a sequel. I think that might have been the third one I'm thinking of. Was that? I don't know.
I'm about to Google how many House movies were there.
Metal says 4.
Oh, it does. I think we typed in the same thing. Like, I didn't even have to hit enter.
Laserdisc, thank you. Yeah.
4?
Yep.
My stepdad had a couple of Laserdiscs, but no player.
You miss those? I kind of miss some of that stuff, like the old I feel like we're way too technologically advanced these days, and we need to go back to some old school and a few things.
Right. I don't know, man. Like, I know them laser discs were what? Were they the same size as a record?
Oh, they were huge, right?
I never did a size comparison.
Well, we can pull out the rulers later and check that out. That's
Yeah.
right after the show.
Just put the laser disc on your dick, and
Yeah.
spin it around, and that's how you played the movie. It was crazy.
You know, the 1820s were a hard time on all of us.
Yeah, dude. How could you imagine if you were to take like some chick who gets paid to shake her butt and just send her back to the Old West while she's shaking her butt? That would be a hilarious thing to view until they were like lining her up to hang her.
Working in the West. Yeah, I think some outlaws would probably have their way. Shout out to Hellboy. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it would be hilarious for a lot of people that we have around nowadays to be sent back to old times.
Well,
you could just video it.
Let's get into that a minute. Do you have a favorite era of history?
Huh, that's a good one. I guess the late 60s, early 70s, probably, because I like the cars and the music.
Yeah, you like the classic vibes, huh?
Yeah, I don't know about the pants. It seems like the pants back then were way too tight.
Pants are always
and the crotch.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's like bell bottoms. You got a lot of room for your ankle, but none for the crotch, huh? You know.
Well, maybe they didn't need it.
Yeah, maybe. Everybody looked a little greasy. Maybe soap was harder to find. I don't know. Could have just been the cocaine.
Garbage Pail Queen says she would have been burned at the stake. Maybe.
Yeah, I think most of us would have.
Yeah, I'd probably be living in a cave somewhere with the bears.
Like back then, they look at pants. They're like, he's wearing a short sleeve shirt. He's showing too much skin.
He's a devil.
Yeah, a shirt made of cotton.
Steak. Well played.
People steak.
People steak. Steak and people. So, back to movies, horror stuff. I want to talk about horror with you a minute because we're getting close to October. You know what I mean? It's almost the season. I know you were just talking about you showed me something you shared on your apartment door, the skeleton thing. Yeah.
Skeleton sitting on the toilet reading the newspaper.
So you got any big plans for the spooky season?
And not really. Like, I live in an apartment and we don't even get trick-or-treaters through.
Nah.
Like, they don't open the door or nothing like that. So it's like, don't really have plans. I might I'll probably just chill in Discord and, I don't know, have a movie marathon or something. Depends on what day it is. I'm about to look.
Halloween's on a Sunday.
Oh. So it's stream day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, we should think about this.
And then I got 2 damn doctor appointments that month on the 11th and the 25th. I was just looking at that last night.
You're a busy man.
Doctor appointments. I hate that shit. When I first got out, it was almost every other fucking week. They were like, let's take you to the doctor. You need to go get your eyes checked. You need to go get your heart checked. You got to go to a neurologist. You got to do this. You got to do that.
You got to take care of yourself. We're getting older, you know?
I went to the neurologist. They told me I don't have any brain damage.
I do.
I went to the neurologist. They told me I don't have any brain damage.
Right. So what you did there.
I told you they said that I don't have any brain damage, right? Just saying.
Well, I'm just wondering if you have any brain damage, though.
I might have some brain damage.
Okay. Some brain damage. Some drain damage.
Dane damage, yeah.
Is that what it is?
Dude, I've been looking around here to try to figure out what the hell I hit my face on. Because I imagine my skull's hard enough, I should have left a dent. But
dent in the floor or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, as they told me, I fractured my nose and my left eye socket.
How you feeling, though? That's the question.
I feel like I should. I feel like myself.
Yeah.
I feel just as much of a lack of energy as I've always had. I'm more focused now than when I first came out. Like, I could not focus on anything because I just couldn't, like,
yeah.
Sitting here, was it the one day I thought I turned on my computer next to me because I got a second one. I thought I turned it on 3 times. And I'm like, look at it, like the monitor is not showing nothing. What the fuck? So I thought I hit the button again.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go back to what I'm doing on this PC, and I go over there. I'm like, seriously? The fuck is wrong with this thing? And then I finally hit the button, and I'm like, oh, it turned right on. Maybe I missed it however many times. I don't know. But there's that. I forgot all my logins for everything. Like my PayPal, I did not remember the password for about a week and a half.
Well, yeah, I mean, you went through a heavy blow there. Of course, things are going to be a little screwed up, right?
It was like a brain reset, yeah.
Mm.
But it's all good, man. Like I said, shit's getting back to normal.
Good.
I mean, I was sitting here one day. Mom had gone to the Target to pick up medications for her and me, and she comes back and she hands me like this little Michael Keaton Batmobile, and she was like, "There you go." And I'm like, "Well, what's this for?" It's like a little Hot Wheels Batmobile,
right? And
she's like, "That's true. You know, you're home now." I'm like, "Okay, so you gonna start buying me toys? Make sure I don't go back in the hospital." It's like she gave me that, and then I just started searching all over Amazon looking at different figurines. So that's what I'm getting into now. I bought a death metal Batman figure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. I mean, like when they call it death metal Batman, he looks like he's ready to go to a concert. He's got a sickle that looks like a half a like batarang or whatever.
Right.
And a fucking leather jacket with all the spikes.
All the spikes.
All of them.
Like, I feel
it's from top of the shoulder all the way down to like bicep. It's a cool figure. The utility belt is it's got a bat logo, and then the rest of it's skulls with chains. It's very Todd McFarlane.
That feels like some Spawn stuff going on right there.
And it is a Todd McFarlane figure. He's been making some crazy shit lately. Like a lot of people used to bitch at McFarlane Toys for not having articulation to a lot of the stuff that they sold.
Mm-hmm.
So they've gone like over, they've gone way over with articulation. Like this thing's got double elbow joints and the like waist and ribs can bend and all this other shit. It's like very highly posable.
I'm going to give people those wrestler figures from back in the early 80s that didn't even move at all.
Oh, hell yeah. I remember those. They were like hard rubber.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember my dog chewed up one of them or something. Thought it was her chew toy.
Dude, I just saw on Amazon the other day, Stretch Armstrong. And I was like, they're still selling those? Holy shit.
Apparently.
They've been selling those since like the 70s or even earlier.
Well, let me ask you this. If there was something from pop culture back then, toy, something that you could bring back, what would it be?
Like something I owned?
Something you would like to see again, like resurface.
Yeah, that's kind of a hard one. I remember having a Stretch Armstrong stretching car. That thing was weird. I'm like, why would he need a car? But just a little silly toy I had.
Right.
Because back when I got my eye surgery, my stepdad gave it to me as like a welcome home gift.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, you did your surgery. You're a little man. I was like 8 or 6. I can't remember how old exactly. But yeah, I had a corrective eye surgery to fix a lazy eye. And he brought the thing home. It was like 3 a.m. He's like, here you go. I got your toy. And I popped right up off the couch. I'm like, oh, cool. I just started playing with it. And everybody's looking at me like, he just had eye surgery. And he's up playing with toys. And it's like, yeah, I am. I can still kind of remember that,
That's funny.
And I had so many Batman action figures, dude. You'd have been like, man, this kid's spoiled as fuck. Like I had like 12 Batmobiles and like probably 150 figures.
Jeez, dude.
Just different toys. Kenner, usually, the old Kenner Batmans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We collected those.
Mm-hmm. And I had the Michael Keaton figures from before that.
Yep.
With his he was so small. I think that figure was like 5 inches exactly or 4 inches.
It was
really
a small figure, and then they had the one with the belt that came out, right?
Oh yeah, I got that wrapped around a cupboard in the kitchen, and my mom ended up having to cut the rope.
I remember there being a Joker that's the flower squirted after you put a little water pump thing in him.
Yeah, I think I had that one too, and the penguin with the parachute.
Yeah, and I had a Mr. Freeze one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These were all back from like what? The 80s era.
90s. Yeah, or late 80s.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, did you know that when it came to the penguin and making him into an action figure, they skipped over it because they thought that the penguin from Batman Returns was too scary for kids?
Wow.
Yeah, they actually reused the Penguin model from the Adam West line.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, wow, I got this weird ass looking penguin. I don't remember him being in the movie.
I,
Maybe I saw it wrong.
I feel like Danny DeVito nailed that role though pretty good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Creepy. They used food coloring and mouthwash to get that like green spit that he had.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, a lot of parents were concerned that that would scare their children. And it's like, well, he does bite a guy's nose almost off in the
Right.
movie. I mean, he's not meant to be a cuddly little poot, you know?
And the old Penguin was more like they call him the Penguin because he wore a suit and he robbed banks, you know?
Yeah. And Danny DeVito's, he was like, his hands were deformed, the nose was long.
Well, Pee-wee was his dad. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, jeez.
you catch that? Paul Rubens, man. Yeah, played his father.
Oh, yeah. I never even realized that till you just said it.
Yeah, that was Pee-wee.
Messed up parents, man. They put him in a crib and put him down a river.
Have you watched Gotham? Have you seen that show?
No. I haven't watched, but maybe like one episode. That's
Well,
my fault. It's on streaming services and shit.
I'm gonna spoiler alert. Okay. The Penguin. It's in that show. He actually gets to meet his dad, and it's Paul Rubens playing the character again.
Oh, that's cool.
It was a nice little throwback. I felt like.
Hell yeah. They've been doing a lot of that with those like CW series.
Mm-hmm.
Because they did the whole something on Infinite Earths. I forgot the name of the damn
Yeah,
thing.
I know what you're talking about. Infinite Earth. That was with like
Crisis.
Crisis
Yeah.
on Infinite Earth. Yeah.
And I didn't watch that either. Like, I don't know. I just been like skipping TV.
I wasn't into a big DC thing, but I caught Gotham after the series ended, obviously, because that's how I work with things. Well, it was pretty decent for what it
I've
was.
watched a couple of V and Fuso's videos about it because he's a huge Batman fan.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and he was talking about the series and how he feels like their Joker was probably one of the best, if not the best, live portrayal, even though they couldn't call him the Joker.
Yeah, he wasn't. They didn't want him to be the Joker, but he was, and it was the kid from Shameless.
Yeah.
He did it. He did a good job. Really good
That's
job.
cool. That's good.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of weird shit, like he played twins in the show, and
Mm-hmm.
like it's like the Joker disease or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I don't
heard the
know.
original plans were for them to not even include the Joker, like at all. And then they kind of changed it up as the seasons went on.
Yeah, it's weird what they did because putting the Joker in that young, and no spoilers, but killing him. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. It's kind of like what they did with the Joker movie with Arthur, right?
I haven't even seen that one.
That's a good
People
one.
have been telling me to, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
It's really good. Honestly, you should definitely take a chance on that.
I'll watch it eventually.
That's what I said, but the second I did, man, you're gonna get into it. I'm telling you.
Then I'll start using that Joker version in my thumbnails too.
Right?
Because it's like, I don't want to do it because I haven't seen the movie. People are a couple friends have asked me why I haven't. I'm like, that's why I haven't seen the movie. I'm not going to use material from a movie I haven't seen as a thumbnail. That seems a little weird.
I got one for you on the subject of this stuff. The best Batman villain, Joker aside.
Huh. Sorry.
You're good.
Okay, Jonathan. Probably Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Okay.
Animated series.
Pretty
That
decent.
shit hit you in the heart, man. From the animated series. That was a crazy ass show.
Like even the original Mr. Freeze, like that was his pretty much doing it for the love of his life type thing, you know? That was always
Yeah.
that's always been his thing.
Right? He's kind of an anti-hero. On
He's-
accident.
He's just
You know.
doing what he needs to do.
I'm gonna save Nora.
Yeah. And him and Gotham once again. Fantastic job on that. I feel like.
Nice. I'll definitely have to at least give that show a chance. I
Yeah.
know one of them I gave a chance that I didn't like was Supergirl.
I didn't watch Supergirl at all. Saw a couple episodes of The Flash, a couple episodes of Green Arrow, like,
I told a buddy of mine, I was like, I bet you that the first episode of Supergirl doesn't go by without them saying the word feminist. I was right. There's the first episode of that show. Somebody says something about feminism. I'm like, that's just, it was too easy to call. Like, I should probably have given it more rules.
I feel like either TV's dumbing down or we're actually getting too smart for this stuff.
I don't know about too smart.
Hmm.
I mean, shit, it seems like the writers have just given up on a lot of that stuff. I heard, not to talk about writing, but fucking, I heard last night that I guess last night was the last time that Family Guy is going to be on Cartoon Network because Disney has moved it to Disney-owned streaming platforms.
So I thought, never mind, Fox, Disney, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they own Disney, or
Yeah,
Fox
yeah.
is owned by Disney. And I'm like, well, then why not keep it on Cartoon Network? What's the big deal?
Disney's buying everything up. It's going to be ridiculous. It's a damn monopoly.
It already is ridiculous. They got called twice on that shit for making a monopoly by the government, but they were still allowed to do what they did. Because they own every fucking thing, it seems. Or at least a piece of.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a shame. Like, there should be some rules against it.
Well, that's why we have the government and all that stuff, right? To keep, even back with Microsoft and the Bill Gates stuff back in the day with that monopoly, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It doesn't seem like they want to do anything about it anymore.
too much red tape, I guess. What up, Straight Sith Male? How's it going? He's like, hey, fuckers, what's going on?
Nice. Hey, straight first. SSM.
SSM.
SSM. That's a good stream. Let's do that all the time. We'll do that the whole time.
The entire show.
I should have messaged you the other day, actually.
What was
we
that?
We were sitting in my Discord. It was me and Pickle and B-Token and Danny Dazed and Gaming.
Mm.
And I was just playing music and stuff, and we were all chit-chatting. And them guys start singing along every time I played something that we all knew.
Hmm.
And until I was like, hey, Danny, because she had just joined. I was like, should I stream this? And she's like, oh, yeah, this would be a great stream. Everybody's singing off beat, off cue, over each other.
I'm in.
Oh, yeah. Because I was playing like System of a Down, and then I'd go back in time to like Billy Squire.
Okay, Billy Squire. I was saying, give me some rap, man. I'm down. I'll spit hot fire with you.
Gaming had suggested a couple of Hollywood Undead songs, so we played those. Pickle had something from Batman Beyond, like the Curse of the Joker movie, or Return of the Joker. Yeah. I forgot the name of the damn song, but he had me play that. We were just going like all over the map. It wasn't really anything in particular. But like sometimes they'd suggest something, and I'm like, no, I'm playing Jim Croce.
Jim Croce.
Yeah, and Gaming's like, I've never heard this song. It was Bad Willie Brown, man.
Or Leroy Brown, man.
Leroy, I said Willie.
Willie. That's Little Willie by Sweet.
Right.
That's what you're thinking.
Probably. But I also
Little
played Chuck
Willie,
Berry's
Willie
Ding-a-ling. Chuck Berry's My Ding-a-ling. Yeah.
No, you heard it right here, folks. He plays with Chuck Berry's Ding-a-ling. Rest in peace.
You ever heard the song? He's talking
I
about
do.
You might be playing with your ding-a-ling if you didn't sing along.
When I was a little baby boy, my grandmother bought me a marvelous toy.
Yeah.
2 silver bells on a string.
Yeah, I played the one where he's like got the whole audience in on the song.
Oh, yeah. The live version, right.
Mm-hmm. Man, it seemed like he was having the most fun, you know, that smile on his face. He was having a blast.
How did Gaming not know that song? Well, Gaming knows it now, I bet.
Well, like as I went through and played different Jim Croce ones, because I played that one, and then I played Time in a Bottle, and he was like, oh, I know this one, almost as soon as it started playing. I'm like, so you do know Jim, you just don't know by name because you probably heard it on a show or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens to me all the fucking time. Like when I'm watching TV, I don't pay attention to background music. I just imagine, oh yeah, they probably made it for whatever movie or show. And then, you know, Pickle, he'll be the one to be like, oh no, dude, that's this band. And you know, like they performed from this time to this time and their lead singer did this. And it's like, oh, well, okay. He's got like encyclopedic music knowledge.
It's good to have that. I like it. I was gonna tell you we're probably gonna shut this down here like 10 or so.
Wow, shit, it's already 6:30.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll give you a couple more minutes here if you want.
How dare you give me time?
A little
It's
bit.
like the worst idea anybody's ever had.
Well, let's
How
talk
this
about
whole YouTube thing happened. No, I'm kidding.
what's going on tonight with you now.
Yeah, still thinking about that.
Still figuring it out.
Yeah, we might go on to like Craigslist and see what's on there. We might just do a Twitch hop. I don't know. It'd be kind of fucked up if that same girl ended up on my stream again.
That'd be
I'd have
funny.
to be like, look, everybody, don't yell at her. She's just a normal person. Like, just let her talk. Because I think if we came to a discussion, me and her'd probably get along. Because it's a rare thing for me to not get along with someone.
Right. So you're pretty easy with it.
I try to usually be. I mean, there's no reason to hit somebody with hostility right off the bat. Unless they come to you like that. Then okay.
Right. Well, yeah, we try not to start shit, but if shit's coming, you know.
That's what my mama always told me. She said when I was in school still, don't start fights, but you can finish them.
Well, let me get you one last question here, okay? If you had one message to give the world, what would it be?
Don't start fights, but you can finish them. I don't know, man. We need to have an actual message, right?
Yeah,
my message.
What's your message, man? Yeah.
I don't know. It's worth getting out of bed every day if you can make at least one person smile.
Perfect.
That's one thing I live by.
Yeah.
I can peel myself out of the bed like, hey, I might be able to make somebody laugh today. Or smile, or just something.
Help somebody with just get through their day, right?
It's probably the worst thing I could say when everybody thinks I'm some kind of shit stirrer. They're the most opposite thing, rather. That's how I really feel.
I feel like it comes with a clown persona, though, right?
Yeah, somewhat. I've turned it into a whole different thing. I've had other people be like, man, you're supposed to be funny. I'm like, nobody ever said clowns were funny. Matter of fact, I usually hear the opposite. Not because of my avatar, but like a lot of people are like, clowns aren't funny. Why the fuck would I think it was Johnny Bonsacco. He was like, why the fuck would somebody walking around in big ass shoes with a bunch of fucking balloons be funny? Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I think the point is that clowns are supposed to be a little scary. You know, you laugh because you're uncomfortable.
Yes and no, maybe. I think it's changed meanings over the years of what a clown truly is. Stemming from the Harlequin and court jesters of yesteryear.
True. That's what my avatar's was supposed to be. I've added a clown nose since, but he didn't used to have the nose, so technically he was a jester.
No. Yeah, I'm looking at that. I see it. And did you draw this one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I draw all mine.
Yeah.
I've lately I drew Becca Fairley's avatar, Virgie's avatar, Pickle's older avatar. Well, he still uses it as like a character animation.
Right.
That avatar. Like I've drawn several other people's avatars. Haven't charged a single dollar. I should probably charge a single dollar.
I would charge 50 cents.
48 cents. I'm undercutting myself. That's right. You don't hear that.
Well, we were talking about this too before we get going. Maybe bringing back Juggalo Retirement Home for an episode or two.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm down.
Yeah.
I got to make a new background for it so we can all fit. My old background, we didn't really like it worked. But, I mean, I've changed stuff up in OBS since. So it's like, I know my shit a lot better than I used to.
Takes some time, man. But we're getting there.
I'll make us like a little house so we can sit on the porch.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're going to have
a rocker.
A lovely old time. That'd be fun, though. I'd like to get, especially with current events going on, we're not going to talk about right now, but in the whole scene. So, real quick, anything you want to shout out or shill or talk about before we head out?
Yeah, you guys all out in the chat should come to my show tonight at 11. Nope. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I switched it back an hour. Come over to the Trippy Cast channel. Most of the people in the chat are subbed.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I know we talked about it. Maybe I'll show up and say hi for a bit.
Hell yeah, man!
If I get
You're
some
more
time,
than welcome to.
And we'll talk on these game show ideas too. We might be working on something, guys. So stay tuned for that.
Hell yeah!
Maybe you guys.
Yep. Yeah. Later, guys.
I was gonna say maybe these guys can stop in and visit the game show sometime. Jump on.
They better, or else I'm going to come over to their house and shake them upside down until all the change falls out of their pockets. And then I'm gonna be like, now it's your house. You pick that up.
Yeah, do it.
You can have it back. I'm not gonna steal it.
Well, like I said though, thanks for coming on, man. This has been fun. Hang out a minute. We'll chit chat a few after the show here.
Absolutely.
But shout out to everybody who came by today. Show some support for Trippy. Once again, thanks Trippy for being here. And you guys next week. I believe it's next week. I'm about to sneeze. I can feel it coming.
You got to look up in the sky.
Oh, there it is. Next week we got Charcy Lux coming in the dojo. Cosplayer, horror movie entertainer. She has a podcast with DC Death Curse Pod we had on a couple weeks back. She's gonna come in and kick it. Scheduling stuff for October. Bigger shows, better things. Working on some videos. We'll have a good time. But
awesome. Sounds good, man.
Yeah, like I'm trying. I told you, coming back. We is coming back.
Oh, I thought you were about to sneeze again.
I am. I'm trying to close this up before I do. But thank everybody for coming out. Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys soon. Say goodnight, Trippy.
Good night, Trippy. Good night, chat.
Yeah. All right, guys. Peace.